Please give me a moment, Chibits. Please, just... Oh. Oh. I'm so sad. I'm so sad right now. Like, the sadness with this week's chapter of Taizai, chapter 131. When I see Meliodas sit there suffering throughout this chapter, man, it's fucking sad. You want to know what's sad? No, really sad about this? I was listening to some Tokyo Ghoul music while I was reading this chapter. Like, I was just listening to Tokyo Ghoul while I was sitting back chilling, you know, editing thumbnails and stuff for Fairy Tail and, you know, just reading stuff like D. Gray Man. And all of a sudden, I see, you know, Taizai out, and I decide, like, okay, let's, you know, go read Taizai. I'm still listening to Tokyo Ghoul music, and all of a sudden, Unravel, you know, the opening one of Tokyo Ghoul starts playing. Soon as I start reading the chapter, and then that music, man, especially while reading the chapter when Meliodas breaks down. Oh my god, man. Like, here's what the chapter's about, okay? To really break it down. The chapter is about letting go. Letting go and forgetting. And in a sense, this is a very tragic chapter. It may look like it's all happy and fluffy on the outside, especially with, you know, how Meliodas overcame this, you know, trauma of reliving the death of his loved one over and over and over and over and over again hundreds of times. It may sound like, you know, it ended in a kind of a slightly happy note since he said, like, oh, it's in my heart. It really didn't end happy. Let's put it this way. The way it ended was this way. Meliodas, he came to terms with what he lost. That's what one thing that it was. He let go, but he didn't let go. It's like he tricked. Like, he tricked the trial. That's kind of what Meliodas did. He tricked the trial. He states that I can't deal with this again. I can't deal with this again. I cannot let this happen again. This cannot repeat once again. He says those things. And it's like he was tricking the trial, and he got out of it. And in a sense, with him saying that, it was like he was saying, like, if he ever sees this again, it will happen again. No matter what. Like, if he sees this, what he witnessed, like, with what he saw, he would snap. And a repeat of Danafor will happen. That's what he said. But the trial ended. But what you can get out of that is what he's saying is he needs this power to be able to stop this from happening. That's what he wants. But the danger of him repeating what he did in Danafor can happen. It's not gone. He didn't let go of that wrath, that rage. He did not let go of that. But in a sense, he did. In a way, Meliodas as a character broke. In a sense. Like, he broke in this chapter. As he continued to repeat this trial hundreds and hundreds of times, from what we found out, he was doing it hundreds of times. And if you were to see your loved one dying in front of you hundreds of times, like you meet your loved one for the first time and you get to see how you met them, and then you get a happy, pleasant days in between, and then all of a sudden you skip to their death, just imagine how you would feel if you saw that over and over and over and over again, hundreds and thousands of times. That would break any normal person to the point to where they don't feel anything anymore. Like, the only way to truly overcome this trial is to let yourself be broken. That's the only way to really overcome that trial. You continuously do it until your mind just fucking shatters and you no longer feel anything. And that's kind of what that was. And that's kind of what happened, but in a sense, it didn't. So, right now, with this chapter, it like I said, the main theme of it is letting go and trying to stop this from happening again, but which indirectly foreshadows and gives us a death flag. Ready for this? The foreshadowing, obviously, was for a repeat of Danafor, because Meliodas says he will not handle another thing like this. He cannot see this repeat again. He can't. He won't allow it. Like, he can't let this happen again, or he'll break. That's what he says. Like, he will shatter. mentally, physically, and just, have his wrath leak out like he did in Danafor. And this indirectly foreshadows that this will happen again. But it foreshadows and gives a death flag to Elizabeth. As we know, Elizabeth is some form of reincarnation or child or something of Liz. And with what Meliodas said, like, I can't let this happen again, I can't let this repeat again, it gives Elizabeth a death flag. And I know Nakaba-sensei is the type of writer to try something like this. I know Nakaba-sensei is like this. I've seen some things from his previous series that he wrote, and it was fucking scary with what he did. So, the thing is, I wonder if that is going to happen in the series. Did Nakaba-sensei set up that point to make us think a repeat of Danafor will eventually happen against the Ten Commandments? Like, see, think about this for a second. As I made a video a long time ago, it's been months ago, it was already stated that Nakaba-sensei already planned out 3 major arcs for Taizai. Like, he already planned it out. He already knows what he wants to write. He already knows what he wants to write for this series of Taizai. So, he knows how it's going to end. He knows how this is going to end. He knows how he wants to end it. And that makes me scared, because this makes me think that a repeat of Danafor will happen. So, chapter in a nutshell, very sad, tragic, and I wonder where it's going to go. Now, on a happy and funny note, besides what we witnessed in 90% of the chapter, we have it to where we get to see the 3 misfits once again. 3 misfits and Hindi make once again a reappearance in this chapter, and I'm glad to see them back in the focus and the spotlight of the chapter. So, let's just take a moment to mention this. Hindi walks out of that trial cave, okay, that, the Sins are about to go inside and train at, and Hindi walks out, and you see this, like, huge-ass wound on his shoulder, like, he's bruised and shit, and he's just walking out like this. He's just fucking walking out. And all of a sudden, you see the 3 misfits, they come out, and they just collapse on the fucking floor. They're like, dead. Like, they got fucking wrecked. The 3 misfits that were, like, the strongest, like, one of the strongest Holy Knights, like, those 3 are the strongest. Like, not the strongest, like, not Hindi level, but they're still fucking strong, like, the strongest you can get, almost. And to see how they collapsed like that, it proves 2 things. For one thing, Hindi is a boss. Whatever it was in there, he walked out of it, and he's like, fuck this shit, I'm fine. He just had a little ass bruise on him, he's like, fuck this shit. So, he's just walking out like a boss. 3 misfits, however, they're weaker than Hindi, and Hindi combined is stronger than all 3 of them, but it must be something very dangerous inside of there for someone like Hindi to take a wound like that. So, I wonder what is in there to cause even someone like Hindi a problem. Get my point there. Now, regardless of that, that's pretty much the chapter of Taizai, and this is why I love Taizai, man. I love Taizai for these exact reasons. It's such a good series. It really is. And seeing what this chapter did and displayed, God, dude. Like, I can't begin to describe how I feel. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.